Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. She was loved by everyone in the kingdom, but most of all, she was loved by her mother, the queen. The queen was so obsessed with Snow White's beauty that she had a magical mirror installed in her bedroom that would tell her daily, "My queen, you are the fairest of them all." But one day the mirror announced, "My queen, you are not the fairest of them all. Snow White is the fairest of them all." The queen was furious. She couldn't believe that her own daughter was more beautiful than her, so she called her evil advisor and ordered him to take Snow White into the forest and kill her. But the advisor didn't want to do such a horrible thing, so he took Snow White into the forest, but instead of killing her, he told her to run away and hide, and he took her little bag with him so that she could have food and water. Snow White ran away and hid in the forest until she came across a small cottage. She went inside and saw 7 little beds. And because she was so tired, she lay down on one of the beds and fell asleep. Now, just then, 7 dwarfs came home from the mine. They were very surprised to see a beautiful princess sleeping in one of their beds. And the smallest dwarf said, "We should take her to the palace and ask the king to marry her." But the others said, "No, we should keep her here and protect her from the evil queen." So they hid Snow White in the cottage, and every day they would bring her food and water, and they would also sing and dance for her amusement. And every night they would take turns watching over her while the others slept. Meanwhile, the evil queen was searching the entire kingdom for Snow White, and she even went to the cottage to see if Snow White was hiding there. But the dwarfs were very clever, and they hid all the signs of her being there. One day, though, the dwarfs went out to the market, and they left Snow White alone in the cottage. And just then, the evil queen came across the cottage again. She went inside and saw Snow White sleeping. She was so angry that Snow White was still alive, so she took out a comb and started to comb Snow White's hair. And every time the comb touched Snow White's skin, it burned her like fire. But Snow White was still sleeping, and the evil queen was so angry that she took out a knife and started to cut off Snow White's hair, and then she took her to the bathroom and forced her to drink a sleeping potion that would make her sleep for 100 years. After drinking the potion, Snow White fell to the floor, and the evil queen was finally happy knowing that her enemy was finally defeated. But little did she know that her mirror was watching everything that was happening. And when the queen looked into the mirror, she saw that Snow White was still the fairest of them all. And the mirror said, "My queen, you are not the fairest of them all. A peasant girl is the fairest of them all." The queen was so shocked and scared that she ran away and never returned.